Hi, this is Jack and welcome to States Unlocked. So today I'm going to be a little bit different in this video because I'm going to be getting quite vulnerable, which to be quite honest is something that I've not always done on this channel. I feel like I have kind of like maybe shielded, like been quite guarded in what I've kind of shown to you guys, to like whoever's watching my channel. I've not uploaded a video for like quite a long time, and yeah, basically what I'm saying is I want to change that. I want to kind of show more of who I am because I feel like authenticity, it's something I really pride myself on, and then it really sometimes I struggle to like show who I really am to everybody. I'm very selective with who I show who I am to, and I think a lot of that probably has stemmed from a fear of judgment, a fear of rejection, all that kind of stuff. Um, but this video today is going to be all about like authenticity and just like kind of tapping into your own energy. Now, I'm going to say from the start, I'm on a complete journey with this. So this video is going to be a little bit different in the sense that I'm not coming at it from a point of view of I've got all the answers, but more from a point of view of I'm figuring this stuff out. This is what I'm learning. Let me share it and hopefully it'll resonate. If it does, if any of the stuff resonates, obviously it'd be great to connect with you in the comments if you do want to connect as well. Um, so I realize that I, for a long time, have kind of been putting my energy outside of myself, and it's been like a bit of an addictive process, where I've been kind of looking for something outside of myself. I think this is something a lot of us do. It's something I see a lot, um, where people, we're wanting to find this kind of magic outside of ourselves, whether that be in the form of a relationship or a specific outcome. Um, and I realize it really often, I don't know, maybe I'm generalizing a lot, but I feel like it leads to a lot of unhappiness and it leads to giving your power away. Because if you think about like power in terms of your energy, like the energy you're expending, what you're putting your time on, what you're putting your focus on, and you're giving it to every Tom, Dick, and Harry, and like this could be people you don't even like. Now, I'm saying this because this is something I've done, and something I'm looking to move away from, kind of really being deliberate in my energy. And I think it's because of changing. The older I get, the more I'm kind of like questioning, am I an extrovert or am I actually really an introvert? Like, or do I even need to define it in that way? But I have noticed a change, is what I'm trying to say. I used to be a lot more extroverted, and now I feel like I'm becoming more introverted, but I almost don't have the tools of an introvert because I don't know, like, I don't know, maybe I'm talking out my arse, I don't know, but I suppose what I'm saying is, um, I suppose it's all about, the video is all about becoming more centered and aligned with who you are so that you can kind of be more in touch with your intuition and more in touch with your instincts and your gut and your spirit. And this is gonna like hopefully change what you see on the outside. And I really think that it does because we all kind of have a feeling inside of us, and we all get these feelings, these sensations, emotions. Okay, like none of us, we all get vibes, right? And but some of us pay attention to them, and some of us ignore them. Now, I would say I'm a really intuitive person. Like this is just something I've always been. I've always felt that inside of myself. My intuition's fantastic, but I would have to say I haven't always listened to it, and to be honest, I still probably well, I'm not going to speak it into existence in the moment, but I even in recent times haven't been listening to it fully, but I'm learning to tap more into that and actually be questioning how am I feeling about a situation, how am I feeling about a person, do I want to spend my energy around this person or that person, um, rather than just blindly doing it because it's the right thing to do or because this person's been in my life for a long time or whatever the reason may be. Like all these different kind of I think they're called rules for living in cognitive behavioral therapy. So um, these ideas that like I've got to live my life rigidly because these are my rules for living. These are the ways that I'm supposed to operate in the world. Like, and it could be totally out of alignment with who we are. So we might not actually want to spend time with this person. We might not want to go to that event. We might, whatever it could be, like, you know what I mean? It's just about really feeling what you're feeling and going with the flow. Now, I do feel a little bit hypocritical preaching about this because I, again, haven't always gone with the flow. I'm learning this. I'm very much learning this. now to kind of go with what my feelings are. And what I'm realizing, and this is kind of an insight I'm having, is that a lot of the time, the thing that stops me from going with the flow is that I will be scared of a particular thing. So let's say, like, okay, I hang out with people that I don't necessarily want to hang out with, but it's because I don't want to be on my own. Okay, so really the thing to look at there is like, okay, why don't I want to be on my own? What is it about being on my own that is uncomfortable? Um, and therefore leading me to do an action that just is not in alignment with my spirit. It's not connected, and therefore it's going to drain me. It's not going to energize me. And I think this is the thing. Even sometimes something can energize you and then can drain you. Like, so let's suppose that you have spent time with a friend, you've had a great time for 2 hours, but then at the 2 hour point, you just get this subtle energy that you're just like, okay, it's time to call it now because I am getting tired. But again, it's just tuning into that. Um, in order to listen to it, you know. And I think with this, you build a better relationship with yourself. You start to really meet your own needs, and this makes your body feel safe, and your mind feel safe, and your spirit and all of it feel safe, because you know that you've got your own back, and you're gonna like actually leave situations that you need to leave, whether that's permanently or temporarily, which obviously builds into confidence and self-esteem. And it's also like not gonna have you going places and doing things that you don't want to truly be doing. And I really think, obviously, we all know life is relatively short. And honestly, I think probably most of us, including myself, don't grasp that concept until like probably the 11th hour, which is quite sad. But um, well, maybe it's not sad, I don't know. But the point is that life is obviously short and we don't want to be wasting our time and wasting our energy doing things we don't want to do, spending time with people we don't want to spend time with, and essentially ignoring the way that we feel. And I think when we're in relationships with people that it's just not vibing, it's not reciprocal, it's not harmonious, and we're not happy, this is just something that does need to be addressed. But the only way we can address it is to actually feel what we're feeling. Now, I know a lot of us feel really scared to feel what we feel, or even not even aware that we're not feeling what we're feeling because we're so cognitive, we're so up here, we're in our head. And this can be a thing from trauma, okay? So again, being vulnerable here, I don't particularly like being vulnerable, but at the same time, I think it's kind of like a superpower, as much as I cringe saying that. It is a real strength. I really admire it when I see it in other people, and I have no problem doing it in my personal life. But I think there's something about doing it over the internet that just feels a bit like intimidating because I can't filter who's listening to it and whatnot. But I'm wanting to turn that page again in the name of authenticity. So um, I've lost my train of thought. But yeah, basically I just feel. Wait, let me pause this and try and remember what I was saying. 2 seconds. I'm back. Anyway, I can't remember what I was saying. So if you got this far, you're just a bit like, oh, thanks. Like that road led to nowhere. But yeah, I suppose what I'm trying to say in this video really is just it's all about kind of tapping into what we're feeling and not abandoning ourselves. You know, this self abandonment all the time. Yeah, I think I was talking about like kind of cognitive stuff and just being an overthinker, and this can happen from trauma. Like it's we get so used to being cut off, disconnected from our body, and why? Because it feels so uncomfortable to be in our body, especially if we've been through a lot. And honestly, I see this in people who haven't even been through a lot too. I think it's just something we don't want to feel uncomfortable sensations. And now we're so addicted to dopamine as a society, that we're just like, oh, if it doesn't feel good, I don't want it. And even though I am saying like we should be moving away from, we should be more in alignment. I'm talking in terms of what feels good. I'm not talking about what feels good in terms of like the drug like hit of like um, if you smoke, having a cigarette or a vape or like a coffee or Instagram or whatever, more just like in the way of like nourishing your soul. Okay, so um, yeah, so I feel like, I mean, in terms of like what I've picked up about being overly an overthinker and being in your brain, I remember hearing this thing which I really loved. It was like if you are an overthinker, or if you're overthinking, it probably means you're under feeling, which really hit me. I was just like, yeah, actually, I do that, because again, like feeling in your body is so uncomfortable sometimes, particularly if you've gone through a lot of trauma. The body can be a really like feel like a really unsafe place to be, and become scared of your own physical sensations and stuff, and that then leads to these behaviors that we don't want, us looking for people outside of ourselves to meet these needs, or just distracting, running away from ourselves, which means that we find it hard to like really be with ourselves truly. And I think you could be with yourself and enjoy your own company, but not be with yourself in an emotional way. And this like emotional disconnection, my God, I see it in so many people, and it's really sad. And it's the same with me. I think we're taught out of it from a really young age. We're not taught to lean into our intuition and what we feel, because obviously it's all about kind of fitting in with the status quo. So doing what your family wants you to do, or doing what school wants you to do, or whatever other case may be. Not like banging to the beat of your own drum. Is that what they say? Marching to the beat of your own drum. Banging to the beat of your own drum. Uh, yeah. So, but obviously, the older we get, I think the more we really crave that, because it's what our soul craves. But then we kind of buy into this idea that, oh no, I've got to like kind of live in this certain way because of obviously work, societal expectations, because of relationships, and what the person might expect of me, or this or that. And so we become really misattuned with how we actually feel. Um, and again, it's not to say I don't think we should ever consider anyone else. Like, I really think there's a real beauty in showing respect to other people, showing kindness to other people. And my God, I really feel like we've lost that as a society. It's on the decline, like people are really disrespecting each other left, right, and center. And sometimes doing it on purpose and sometimes not doing it on purpose. I've done it again without even realizing, like kind of like not replying to people and hurting their feelings, and that kind of thing. And again, I'm not saying we should like be people pleasery and stuff, but I suppose what I'm trying to say is it's all about balance. It's about like kind of like being there for other people, but then being there for ourselves as well. Mainly being there for ourselves, because the truth is nobody else is really gonna be in the same way that we can be. And if you've never done that before, that can feel like a mammoth task. Again, really being vulnerable in this video, I have definitely outsourced a lot of my needs to other people. And do you think it worked? Not really. Or it worked for a little bit of a time, but it's totally unsustainable, and it creates a lot of imbalance in relationships, because it basically makes you needy, which makes you feel depleted, makes you feel rubbish about yourself, because you're just like, oh, why do I need this person more than they need me? So then you don't feel wanted and all that kind of stuff. And then also it puts a lot of strain on the other person. So I could get into like attachment styles with all this. Like, I mean, I've got some videos on that if you want to check them out. If you don't know much about it, I would recommend looking at them or looking at someone's videos about them, because it's a really interesting topic in my opinion, and I think it sheds a lot of insight into human behavior and relationships. But I suppose the point of what I'm saying is just really, again, it's all about alignment. So I'm going to ask you some questions just to have a think about. And these are questions that I'm asking myself, and I want to continue to kind of do this introspection and really connect with myself, because I have a whole wise ass self like down there, like behind all the layers of kind of noise. And I know you do too. Because if you've got this one on my video, like you probably are somebody that's introspective, you're reflective, and there's someone from Amazon coming to either my door or the neighbor's door. Um, the neighbor's door. Give me a sec. Um, yeah, so yeah, I know you've got like this wisdom inside, just like I do, and it's really connecting to that. So I'm going to ask you some questions relating to this, and just to get you to kind of like reflect on what you're doing, how you're feeling, and that kind of thing. So the first question to consider and ponder is, where are you currently spending your energy? So by that, I don't necessarily mean physical energy. It could be physical energy, mental energy, emotional energy. It's all energy, okay? It's all life force energy, okay? Where are you putting it? Are you putting it in a place where you're getting something back? Are you putting it in a place where you're getting nothing back? Are you putting it so a little bit of both? So that's the first question to ask, and I'm gonna actually answer it. So where am I putting my energy? So I would say my relationships have definitely improved in terms of friendships in the main, because I feel a lot more in alignment with people, and I'm putting my energy into people who actually reciprocate, and I'm definitely not continuing to pursue relationships that are just not kind of respectful, they're not healthy for me. And there is a little bit of pain in that sometimes, because you might want someone in your life. You might actually be like, oh, but I really want them. I really like them. I've got this history with them. I really connect with them. But the bottom line is they're not respecting you, and they're not making you feel good. And you just know they're not good for you. Um, and that's why I was talking about the self-abandonment thing. Like, if you continue to just pursue those kinds of relationships, you are self-abandoning in favor of this other person, in, I guess, in the unconscious hopes that they're gonna turn around and change and you're gonna get what you want. And I've got news for you, you're probably not. I mean, if you're not getting it now, you're not going to get what you're looking for from that person. And the truth is, I honestly don't think we can get really what we're truly looking for and what we're here to discover from another person. I think other people help, but they help to awaken what's already in you, and what's already in me, so we can know that part of ourselves. I remember having an ex-partner, and I remember thinking, I feel so great. Um, and it was me, really. It was me that was feeling great, So sometimes we can think it's the other person, that they're possessing all these magical qualities, but really it's just, we're just experiencing this kind of like inner magic, um, being around this person, but it's our magic, or it's like co-created. But also, I mean, sometimes it's not magical, sometimes it's awful, and we're kind of projecting all this magic, but again, the magic's coming from us, but we're projecting it onto the other person. So yeah, so thanks so much for listening. I know this video has been like a lot of different thoughts. It's a bit longer than normal, but I'm just trying something new with this kind of like more vulnerable side of me. This video, I've actually been inspired by my friend Ish, who I've been connecting with more recently, and she's got a channel, and now I'm feeling really bad. I think it's called Gemini Empress. If that's wrong, I'm gonna put it in the comments and change it. But I think it's called Gemini Empress, and it's a tarot channel. But if you like tarot, watch it. If you don't like tarot, still watch it, because she is very insightful. And I realized, like, for example, in her videos, she has no qualms with just being herself. And I'm like, yeah, that's what people connect to. So like, I'm hoping just by being myself, like, people will connect to that more, because that's how I am in real life. It's just like, again, it's that vulnerability factor. But again, like, pretending, I mean, I never on this channel ever wanted to pretend like I know everything or whatever. But I think that guarded element of like, I'm not going to show who I really am. It does block people connecting to you, because the bottom line is we all connect with people because they're people, because they have shame, they have fear, they have insecurities, they have vulnerabilities, all of this stuff. And that's it. So thanks for watching. If you do want to like connect with me in the comments, that would be really nice, honestly. Um, yeah, that's it. I'm also doing some market research at the minute for a course I'm thinking about making. So if you're interested in helping me out with that, there's a Calendly link in the description, so you can check that out. But yeah, I just want to thank you for watching, and I'll stop rambling at this point, and I'll say goodbye, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.